Today I want to compare X100V versus X100V on steroids. Let's talk and see if this camera can replace the legendary X100V. Hi there and welcome to my channel. My name is Tudor Matescu and in this video I want to compare the legendary X100V versus a Fujifilm new camera X-T5 with 18mm f2 lens, but also X-T5 with 27mm f2.8 lens. I have all these cameras and I'm using them for a long period of time, and I want to share with you if this new camera X-T5 with these lenses can replace the X100V experience, the X100V camera. So if you are in content like this, please subscribe now to my channel and let's get to the subject. So the first camera body and lens that I will compare to X100V, it is X-T5 with 27mm f2.8 Mark II from Fujifilm. This lens, it's a pancake lens. It is very small and very light. So this lens on X-T5 is making X-T5 very light and very compact. So in hand, the weight is similar to X100V. But yes, it's a little heavier than X100V. But it's as slim as X100V, and in my point of view, for X100V you need to take a camera bag to carry it with you. So in real world use you will have two portable cameras that have the same portability. I can't say this is more portable than Fujifilm X-T5. Yes, it's a little slimmer, it's a little lighter, but again, the differences are very small in real world use. So this lens on X-T5 is making X-T5 a very light camera, easy to use. I feel that this lens and camera body combination is able to replace X100V. Another thing that X-T5 with this lens has in common with X100V is that it is weather sealed. X100V, it is weather sealed, fully weather sealed, just with the lens hood and with the UV filter. So with a protruding lens, but here it's a package weather sealed without the need of adding a filter or a lens hood. So this is an advantage for X-T5 with 27mm f2.8. Now let's talk about the AF. I feel that the AF of X-T5 with this lens, it is better than X100V, no questions asked. So huge difference, especially with the latest firmware 2.0 on X-T5. So better AF, better AF. Another point that we must take in consideration when we are comparing these two cameras is that X-T5 with this lens has an f2.8 aperture, but this is an f2 aperture. So this could be a problem when you want to take portraits or when you want to use your camera in low light situations. So in low light situations and when you want to take portraits, I feel that X100V is doing a better job because the lens is good, it is sharp, especially with good light, and you have the f2 aperture. But on the other hand, X-T5, because it has a great sensor in it, will make the image quality that is coming from this lens shine. So this lens is not as good as the X100V lens, but the sensor of X-T5 will help a lot this lens. So overall, regarding image quality in general situations, I can call them equally good. Now another factor that you might take in consideration is that this lens will offer you a field of view equivalent with a 40mm field of view, but X100V has a field of view of around 35mm. X100V has a larger field of view, so it will be better in almost all situations. With this lens you'll feel a little constrained indoors, but it will help you take better composition. So it's really up to you. Do you know your focal length? If you don't know your focal length, then yes, the 35mm focal length, it is suited, but also I have another alternative. So overall, X-T5 with this lens, I feel it can replace without problems the X100V experience and the X100V camera, The shutter of X100V, it is very silent. It's as silent as a leaf shutter. So again, huge point here. Now, if you aren't okay with this lens, with this field of view on X-T5, and if you want to go a little wider, then Fujifilm has another great lens with a wider field of view. This lens, it is 80mm f2 lens. The advantage of 80mm f2 lens is that it's coming with a squared lens hood from Fujifilm, is as light and as small as the 27mm f2.8, and it will protrude a little more than the X100V lens, but not by much. So overall, I really feel that in real world situation, regarding portability, you are still there with the 80mm f2. So, great package with a wider field of view. So this is where the tricky part comes in. The 35mm, it's a boring field of view for lots of people, but the 80mm f2, it has a field of view equivalent with a 28mm field of view. So you'll be able to take pictures in very crowded spaces easier than you'll be able to take pictures with X100V or with X-T5 with 27mm f2.8. So this is why I feel that 80mm f2 will be a better competitor to X100V with the 20mm f2 lens. Another advantage, if you want to use the 80mm f2, you have an option to add an optical viewfinder. I have here the optical viewfinder from TT Artisan, a 28mm optical viewfinder that I've done a review about it. So you'll have the viewfinder, the optical viewfinder, and an 80mm f2 lens with better AF, because we are talking about X-T5 with the latest firmware. So fast AF and IAF. This AF is not possible on X100V. Probably if Fujifilm will bring X106 or how they will call it, then we will talk how X-T5 will compare. But the AF, even with this old lens, it is great. Yes, the lens, it could be better regarding resolution on a 40 megapixel sensor, but I feel again in real world use for a camera that you want to use it for street photography, for family photography, for making memories, this will not be a problem because you will use the JPEGs, and the JPEGs are totally great. Again, I feel that on X-T5 I'm able to get better colors, better film simulations, and overall better image quality, also on the vintage side but also on the modern side. So this is why I really like X-T5. With these lenses from Fujifilm, the only disadvantage that we have here is that the 80mm f2 is not weather sealed. Another advantage of this lens compared to the 27mm f2.8 is that this lens will not force you to replace it in low light situations because you have an f2 aperture. So f2 aperture on X-T5 with 80mm f2 with optical viewfinder, f2 aperture on X100V with optical viewfinder. Very similar package, and the portability is almost the same. You will take both of these cameras in a camera bag. Now, the only thing that you could say that in real world practice X100V has, it's a leaf shutter and an ND filter and flash. For my use, for my family pictures, for my street photography pictures, I really don't need especially the ND filter. I'm not using it very often. This is as silent as the leaf shutter. The only thing that I will miss here on X-T5 is the flash. I have a replacement for the X100V flash, a small flash, a great flash, a retro looking flash, Godox Lux Jr. You are able to see here Godox Lux Jr. with 80mm f2 mounted on X-T5. Yes, it's a little big package, but again, it's a portable package. And the flash, it's really great. It's above the X100V flash. So great flash, great image quality, and a very portable package. Overall, the X-T5 body And these two lenses with this TT Artisan optical viewfinder with the Godox Lux Junior will enter in a camera bag with two batteries, one in the camera, one for backup in your camera bag, and you'll have all the tools that you want to make great photography, even if it's about family photography, street photography, portraiture photography, documentary photography, and so on. So great package with IBIS, with a silent shutter, mechanical shutter, very silent. We have a tilt screen like on X100V. So overall, this package, I feel it will replace without problems X100V. So in conclusion, why pay $2,000 for X100V when you can buy XT5 and have the same portability, have better image quality, have IBIS and all the goodies that are coming with XT5. And also, if you really want the 35mm field of view, you can add the 26mm f2 lens from Fujifilm, even if that lens is not so compact, but it's weather sealed, so you'll have also that field of view. Overall, my advice is, if you want the X100V experience, choose between the 27mm f2.8 lens and the 80mm f2 lens. These lenses, if you are not fixed again on the 35mm field of view, will offer you the X100V experience, and you can find this package brand new but also on the used market, probably cheaper than X100V. And overall, regarding experience, image quality and so on, you'll not lose anything. What you lose again, yes, it's the design. You have here a Cele-R design and here a rangefinder design looking camera. So if the design is important for you, then I think another camera will be suited, and that camera, it is probably XE4 or X Pro 3. So please be sure to check my next videos about X100V compared to X Pro 3 or XE4, and also please be sure to subscribe to my newsletter and use my affiliate links if you want to buy something from the gear that I'm using. You can find the affiliate links in my description or in the comment section. And again, please be sure to subscribe to my newsletter. I will send you there some POVs and training on how I'm using Fujifilm cameras and other cameras for street photography and so on. Thank you, and leave me your comments, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.